6 days of Israeli airstrikes targeting Hamas have devastated parts of Gaza. The UN issued an official warning of disaster, as hospitals ran short on fuel for generators and corridors were crammed with wounded people. More than 300,000 Palestinians in Gaza have lost their homes, and the health ministry said that 1,417 had been killed. The only power plant in the territory shut down yesterday. Egypt said it would facilitate a humanitarian corridor to move urgently needed aid into Gaza, but officials there were adamantly opposed to allowing Gazans to enter the country, their only viable exit. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with leaders in Israel today, condemning Hamas's reign of terror, and promising American support while calling for every possible precaution to prevent harming civilians. Israel moved troops into position for a multi-pronged invasion of the Gaza Strip in an effort to dismantle Hamas, the militant group who massacred more than 1,200 Israelis in an attack over the weekend. No decision has been made yet about when or even whether to launch a ground war, officials insisted, but Israel has called up 360,000 reservists, sending many near the Gaza border. That a major operation is coming is hardly in doubt, but there are tactical arguments over how one should start. And hanging over everything is the question of how long Israeli forces would stay. There is little appetite to reoccupy the Gaza Strip, Itamar Yar, a former deputy head of Israel's National Security Council, told the New York Times. War scenes. The images streaming onto our phones from Israel and Gaza, many coming from those fighting or caught up in the war, don't just document the story, they shape it. Representative Steve Scalise of Louisiana, the number 2 Republican, may have narrowly won his party's nomination for House Speaker. But for the second consecutive day, Scalise found himself unable to scrounge together enough support to be elected on the House floor. In fact, resistance to Scalise's speakership appears to have grown. His detractors include lawmakers still loyal to former Speaker Kevin McCarthy and ultra-conservatives who favor Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio, a founder of the far-right Freedom Caucus. In the meantime, legislative business remains halted. Here's what can't get done, including an aid package for Israel for its war against Hamas.